Located in the heart of Europe, there is a fascinating country that offers a truly medieval atmosphere, unlike anywhere else in the region. That country is the Czech Republic, also known as Czechia, with a population of around 11 million. This landlocked nation shares borders with several other European countries. Germany to the west, one of the most developed nations in Europe, Slovakia and Austria to the south, and Poland to the north. With a relatively small area of about 78,000 square kilometers, the Czech Republic, especially its capital, is very easy to explore. Discovering the capital, vibrant Prague. Located in the northern interior of the country, Prague is the first stop for most visitors to Czechia. Like many landlocked cities, Prague sits beautifully along the Vltava River. This 430-kilometer-long river is unique in that it flows from south to north, a rare feature among rivers. The Czechs have built a stunning capital around this river, and from above you'll see a breathtaking blend of historic and modern architecture. Life in Prague mainly revolves around the eastern side of the river. The historic Old Town, national museums, and the iconic Dancing House are all located on the bustling east side. Meanwhile, the west side is home to modern office buildings and residential areas where locals live. Prague is divided into several districts like Prague 1, Prague 2, Prague 5. You can easily travel from one end of the city to the other within minutes using the metro system. Regardless of the metro line you take, you won't encounter overcrowding. Trains arrive every 10 minutes, ensuring a quick and comfortable journey across the city. Czech people typically have fair skin and light eyes, reflecting a diverse ancestry of Celtic, Germanic, and Southern Slavic roots. According to recent statistics, the Czech Republic has one of the best education systems in the world. About 90% of the population completes secondary education, and 99% are literate, placing the country among the most highly educated nations globally. The well-preserved architecture in Prague shows that the city was largely untouched during World War II. On nearly every corner, you'll find a mix of architectural styles, reflecting a rich history enhanced by its modern, stylish residents. Unlike many other European countries, Czechia's metro system doesn't have turnstiles, but you are still required to buy tickets from vending machines at station entrances. Public transportation in Prague is relatively cheap compared to other European cities. The currency here is the Czech koruna, CZK, and a metro ticket costs 20 koruna, which is less than €1. One of the most affordable and popular public transportation options in Prague is the tram. Like in many European cities, trams are the backbone of the transit system. The city has an extensive tram rail network that covers nearly every street, allowing easy and cost-effective travel across both sides of the river in short distances. Trams run very frequently, making them an extremely reliable mode of transport. Although the dense tram network means there are many overhead electric lines, they are designed with a modern and aesthetic touch. Trams share lanes with cars and have the right-of-way. If you drive in the Czech Republic, it's important not to block tram paths and always yield to them. While waiting for the tram, many locals read books, a reflection of the high education level of the population. The official language is Czech, which is closely related to Slovak. Czech is considered one of the more difficult languages to learn. After the Austro-Hungarian Empire collapsed, the Czechs and Slovaks formed the country of Czechoslovakia. Later, Slovakia sought independence, and the two nations peacefully separated without conflict. Today, the country is officially called the Czech Republic. Czechia has joined NATO and the European Union, EU, a major step in integrating politically and economically with the West. The Czech flag is also notable for its beauty. It features 3 colors: red, white, and blue. Initially, it had only 2 horizontal stripes, white and red, similar to Poland's flag. Later, a blue triangle was added on the left side, representing the Slavic people and the Moravia region. This design was adopted by Czechoslovakia. Although not originally intended to be kept, the current Czech Republic continues to use this flag as its official national flag. If you plan to visit Czechia, keep in mind a few important things. For example, exchanging euros for koruna at the airport is a major mistake many tourists make. Currency exchange booths at airports typically offer much lower rates, causing you to lose a significant amount of money. Even outside the airport, many currency exchange offices in Prague offer poor exchange rates, despite displaying no commission signs. For example, If you should get around 2,500 koruna for 100 euros, these booths may only give you 2,000 or 2,200 koruna, causing you to lose 12 to 15% of the value. Similarly, withdrawing cash from ATMs like Euronet can result in bad exchange rates and hidden fees, costing you up to 20% of your money. Because Czechia retains its own currency instead of adopting the euro, travelers are at a higher risk of losing money when exchanging or withdrawing cash. However, note that income tax in the Czech Republic ranges from 15% to 23%. As a result, even skilled professionals only take home about 2,000 to 3,000 euros after taxes. This income may sound decent when converted to other currencies, but with Prague's living costs, it doesn't guarantee a luxurious lifestyle. For example, current rental prices in Prague show that if you share a flat, you might only pay around 8,000 koruna per month, which is relatively affordable. But if you want to rent a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, around 40 square meters, rent can go up to 25,000 koruna per month, just 1,000 euros. This illustrates that while Prague is more affordable than many major European cities, the cost of living is not cheap and can create financial pressure for many residents. Aside from currency matters, the weather in Czechia and Europe in general is unpredictable, even during the summer. Although June to August is the hottest season in the Northern Hemisphere, the weather can shift quickly, with sudden rain or cold snaps. You'll notice that people still wear long sleeves or light jackets, even in summer due to the sudden changes in temperature. That's why many Europeans prefer summer vacations in Greece or Turkey, places with warm, stable weather and constant sunshine. During the summer, the minimum wage for someone working 40 hours a week is about 19,000 koruna per month, key 750 euros. However, local studies show that the average salary can reach up to 40,000 koruna, or 1,600 euros a month. This illustrates that although Prague may be more affordable than many major cities in Europe, the cost of renting a small apartment can still take up a significant portion of your income. Living in Prague is not exactly cheap and can create financial pressure for many residents. Even though Czech people may appear positive and happy through their expressions and outward appearance, many are silently facing economic concerns. Yet if you look someone in the eye, even a complete stranger, they're likely to smile, greet you, or even pose for a photo. One remarkable detail is the number of people under 25 with tattoos, showing that Czech youth often embrace bold and unique personal styles. When walking through the streets, there's a good chance 1 in every 3 people you see has a visible tattoo. This reflects a cultural openness and freedom of choice. After all, Czechia is a place where personal decisions are respected. People are free to gamble, smoke cannabis, or modify their appearance however they wish. Spotting someone dressed in an eye-catching or even bizarre fashion is not uncommon here. Interestingly, the Czech Republic is one of the biggest producers of adult films in Europe, along with Hungary. Despite having a population of only around 10.5 million, less than 1% of the world's population, the country accounts for roughly 13% of the global adult entertainment industry, according to a 2019 study. While strolling through the capital Prague, you might even run into a well-known actor from the industry. If you live here long enough, chances are someone in your social circle is involved in the business, be it as an actor, producer, or videographer. Many believe the success of this industry stems from the desire for quick and easy money. Czech women who join the industry do so voluntarily and are not forced. Still, it's not something that is openly discussed, and many tourists are unaware that Czechia is a global leader in this field. Another striking aspect is that the Czech Republic has one of the highest rates of atheism in the world, and in Europe. Research shows that the majority of young people aged 16 to 29 identify as atheists, even surpassing countries like Estonia and Sweden. Additionally, a significant portion of the population does not believe in any god, and many others simply choose not to disclose their religious views. Among those who do follow a religion, most are Christian or Catholic. This high rate of atheism is believed to be rooted in the country's communist past. After the Soviet Union occupied Czechoslovakia, communist regimes like that of Albania enforced bans on religious activity. During that period, many Czechs grew distant from religion, and over time, this attitude became ingrained in the culture. making religion no longer central in society. As a result, trying to influence Czechs with religious values is nearly impossible, like trying to catch flies with your mouth. Beyond that lesser-known fact, Czech culture has many other prominent traits. For example, Czechs aren't particularly passionate about football or basketball. Instead, they are die-hard fans of ice hockey. The Czech national men's hockey team is considered one of the strongest in the world, with legendary players like Jaromír Jágr competing internationally. The Czech National Hockey League has 14 professional teams and enjoys a wide following across the country. In addition, Czechia has made significant contributions to science. A Czech chemist invented contact lenses, a popular alternative for those who don't want to wear glasses. Johann Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics, was also born and raised here. You may also recognize Franz Kafka, a Bohemian Czech writer known for exploring themes of alienation and ethnic identity. Furthermore, the word robot was first used in a Czech play, describing a soulless creature designed to perform tasks humans didn't want to do. The Czech Republic is one of the safest countries in Europe. Police presence is minimal and usually only intervenes when someone is drunk. In fact, some patrol cars are even left unattended. Besides the beautiful architecture, the streets are clean and modern with hardly any litter. Every street, park, and museum is well maintained, thanks to city workers and even shopkeepers. And the cars? Absolutely worth noting. Cars in Prague are modern and high-end. The most popular brand is Škoda, a Czech pride, even more iconic than Avast, the antivirus software. Although Škoda is now part of the Volkswagen Group, it retains its national character. One of the most common models is the Škoda Kodiaq SUV. Almost all cars on the road are post-2020 models, mainly Škodas or German brands. When visiting Czechia, especially Prague, you should check out the narrowest street in the world, located in the Malá Strana Old Town district. The street is only about 10 meters long and less than a meter wide, just 48 centimeters at its narrowest point. It's so narrow that a traffic light had to be installed to control pedestrian flow. Only one person can walk through at a time. The path leads to a charming little restaurant and is truly a unique attraction not to be missed. Prague is also home to the largest Jewish quarter in Europe, located right in the city center. According to legend, Adolf Hitler intended to preserve this area as a museum for an extinct race, which is why it remained untouched during World War II. As a result, the area has been preserved, offering a powerful sense of living history. Another fun cultural fact, Czechs are crazy about mushroom picking. On average, each family harvests about 8 kilograms of mushrooms from the forest each year. Mushrooms are called the meat of the poor and are a staple ingredient in soups and stews. One of the most striking modern buildings in Prague is the Dancing House, often called the Eiffel Tower of Czechia. It features two main parts, a glass tower with slanted columns and a curved structure that gives the illusion of motion. Inside, there's a cafe and a restaurant. Other major attractions include the Old Town Square, Prague Castle, Charles Bridge, and the Astronomical Clock. This clock comes with a tragic legend. The clockmaker who built it was blinded by the king, so he couldn't replicate it. Before taking his own life, he damaged the clock, and it remained broken for 50 years. Today, each hour that passes is marked by a chime that echoes through Prague, almost as if honoring that sorrowful tale. Charles Bridge, the oldest bridge crossing the Vltava River, connects the old town to Prague Castle. The original sculptures on the bridge have been replaced with replicas, just like many other historic details throughout the city. After locals, the second largest group of tourists in Czechia comes from Asia and the Arab world. You'll often spot groups of Korean, Japanese, or Arab visitors at major tourist spots. Many workers from the Philippines, India, and Bangladesh also contribute to the country's ethnic diversity. Another famous site is the Lenin Wall, covered in graffiti and poetry honoring John Lennon. It's one of the most popular photo spots for tourists. And finally, Czechia is among the top 5 beer-consuming countries in Europe. In fact, beer in Czechia is often cheaper than bottled water. Almost every restaurant or cafe serves a wide variety of local beers, with prices starting at just €1. And that is Czechia, a sparkling gem in the heart of Europe, a place where every corner tells a story Every cobblestone holds a memory, and every stranger greets you with a smile, even if their heart is burdened. Prague isn't just a destination, it's a journey back in time. A city where you can sip ice-cold beer that's cheaper than water while standing in a fairy tale square. Where buildings dance, streets are too narrow for two people, and history still whispers in your ear like it was just yesterday. You may come to Prague for its beauty, but you'll leave with a piece of it in your heart, a feeling like you've touched the soul of Europe, raw, free, and profoundly deep. So if there's one place where you can feel the past, present, and maybe even a taste of the future, would you choose Prague? Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next journey. Goodbye.